And we're live. This is BattleCOM. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Battle Arena, Battle Fanatics.
Hello. Oh, we're supposed to applaud now. Woo!
Oh, it's too hot to applaud. Welcome to the melting. For those of you who are watching everywhere, I don't know if Dawn's on a leg or welcome. So, Dawn, you have children. The meth should not be kicking in this early. This is we're
I mistimed the edibles today.
Welcome. This is BattleCOM. It is not just starting soon. It is starting now. For those of you who want to be prepped and ready for the votes, just go to slido.com and the event code is BC210. BC210 because it's season 2, episode 10 of BattleCOM. When will season 2 end? I actually have no idea. Welcome. We see that people are tuning in and commenting already. Denis Leger is there.
Hi,
Welcome,
Denis.
Denis. There we are. And look, I made a mistake earlier, so everyone knows Darren Henwood on Twitter. We're all set to go. So our battlers, let's get everyone introduced here. We have Dawn Xanklin, who's joining us from Ottawa. Welcome, Dawn. I should probably be kind enough to...
Hey.
There we are. All right. We also have from Halifax, it is Scotty Mars.
Hello,
welcome.
hello.
You know what? I only saw your wedding photos recently, so congratulations.
Wow. Way to be up to date. They're only about 5 years old.
Yes,
so.
I know, but it was your anniversary. I think that's when I saw it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. There's more clothes on those photos than what you're normally looking at online, Paul. So I'm glad that you took a break. Your body needs it.
I needed to change. Coming from the darkness, it is Scott Carter in the GTA area. Welcome,
Hello.
Scott. Hello.
How are you?
I am doing well. You're keeping the Montreal proud with the St. Viateur Bagels shirt.
Damn right.
Perfect. And rounding out our panel today is the mustachioed one himself, the fantastic Darren Henwood.
Happy Fight Month, everyone.
Oh yes, we belong together. We belong together. There we go. We belong together. Just like arguing in friendship, and that's what BattleCOM is built on. Is we belong together. Is everyone prepared and get ready to start it? For those who are not familiar, BattleCOM is the geek war of comedy game shows. So performers are going to be punching each other in the face with jokes, debating points of geek import. Is it geek important? Yeah, I think it's. By the way, say hi to Leslie.
She says hi.
And just a reminder, just running at the bottom, for those of you who are trying to remember what the Slido code, we saw the wave, it's there. Let's move along to see what's happening on the show. By the way, for those of you who are joining in, remember, just, say hi. Like, we have Sean Griffin. Fairmount Bagel is a superior bagel. Fight me.
Boo.
Ooh,
we will be addressing that later in the show, Sean Griffin.
And also, hello, everyone else, I guess. He said everyone, so I guess he was inclusive to the other bageled people.
I am also Switzerland in the bagel war.
Yes, you're on the East Coast. I'm drinking. Oh gosh, I put a freezy in tea, and it is already melted, and it has turned the tea green. So
enjoy.
Guess that's why they call it green tea.
Yes, exactly.
No, guys, that was not good. I have not done much live
for
comedy in the last year and a half.
I'm allowing that. That's a point for Erica straight out of the gate. Erica being our stage manager.
I'm allowed.
Was I echoing there? I'm not sure what happened there, but we've got Erica is at Erica_MTL on Instagram. That's me, and we're time now to learn about our battlefields. The first one, here's your hint for the battlefield. How could you have not seen it? It was so amazing. Sure, Miller's Dark Knight Returns was good, but have you read ...
That's a question mark, but we'll take it.
It was a question mark, but it should have been an ellipsis. It was an ellipsis in my head. But we all owe it all to this. So those are our battlefields. So battlers are ready. Those who are tuning in are ready. I think we're going to get started. But first, let's get to the audience game. Name the mashup. We're going to show a mashup, and you out there in the audience, we want you to think of titles for this mashup. And then before we get to the battle finale of this round, we're going to ask you to give us your choices for it. So are you ready for the mashup?
Yes.
Yeah.
The audience
I'm asking the audience, but yeah, I guess I can't hear them. Here's our first mashup. There it is. And I have been asked to clarify when we come up to these, what are they called? These mashups, what the sources are. And I believe this is from Scooby-Doo and Peanuts.
Yes.
Scooby-Doo and Peanuts.
I feel sad for someone that needed that pointed out.
There was
really-
a slightly more obscure one a couple weeks ago, and people kind of went, scratch the head. So I'm doing it for all of them now. So let's get started. Battlefield number 1. Are we ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey there, BattleCOM. This is friend of the show, Dr. Sean Griffin, coming to you from my apartment in Washington, D.C., where it is currently 37 degrees and about 200% humidity. Your first battlefield for the evening is, what is the most underrated film of all time? Good luck, battlers, and remember, facts aren't jokes. Looking at you, Darren.
God damn.
All right, our first battler who's going to be on the screen is going to be Scott Carter with his choice of Eyes Wide Shut, facing off against Dawn Xanklin. Dawn Xanklin with their choice of Dread. And I just like the 3D poster a little bit better than the other poster. So we are all set. We're starting with the positive round. Dawn, you get to go first. Positive about your own choice.
Excellent. Well, Dread 3D is a movie that we didn't deserve because it was so much better than the movie that came before it. I mean, Carl Urban as Dread, he was believable, and he didn't have to put Rob Schneider out of his misery. It was so underserved. I mean, it waited longer to get a sequel than Paul Blart Mall Cop. That's not right. It's not right. But this movie had everything the first one did, and we deserved more of it. And I'm sad that it took such a long time for us to get a movie like that. And it tells us so much of what's going on right now. I mean, Dread, too bad more people didn't see it because the first one sucked so badly.
Points taken. Erica, you want to bring the next battler to the screen?
Is that Scott, who is on the screen right now?
It is.
Yes.
I got
can't
you.
see the screen. So.
All right. I chose Eyes Wide Shut because I grew up a major cinephile, but also a major sexophile. And I believe that Eyes Wide Shut is an overlooked masterpiece, as it did come out when I was 14. And at that time in my life, much like Stanley Kubrick, I too was a creepy old pervert that wanted to watch Tom Cruise imagine Nicole Kidman cuckold him with a sexy semen. I wanted that because I was in love with Nicole Kidman, and I was in sailing lessons, or as I called them, seaman training.
All right, vote. The voting app is open. So let's see the votes coming in. Go to slido.com, and the event code is BC210, so you can vote. We also, Sean Griffin wants to mention that announcer is really handsome. With the humidity that he described, I could understand why his hair was frizzy.
I would like to point out that Sean Griffin's profile picture and the one that did the announcing looks like he'd been kidnapped for about 3 months.
Actually, I think the one that did the announcing looks like he had kidnapped the original Sean Griffin about 3 months ago.
He looks like he has a pamphlet, is all I'm saying. Like something he wants to hand out.
Emily Slater is saying, but he could use a haircut. So, all right,
I will not comment on that, considering that my hair is almost down to my elbows right now. No comment.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we are near the point of having a short count on this one. Also, Denny Leger is giving us a mashup title already. There is no mystery why we're so relaxed, Charlie Brown. It's our special Scooby Snacks.
Excellent work, Denny. All right, so let's count it down from 3, 2, 1, beep. And that one goes to Scott.
There we are. Scott as one. Emily Slater has said that 50% of the apartment agrees with us. Leslie saying long hair is currently a mark of respect for human life.
Oh.
Thank you. I've got a lot of it. I'm not going to touch it too much because of the humidity.
It's true, Paul. You used to have that haircut.
I did, and then it was a time for it to go. It's just not. It's not time in Scott's or in Sean's life for it to be gone yet.
Also,
it will go when it's time.
Emily Slatter, not Slater, just FYI.
Slatter, sorry. And Sean's saying he was channeling his inner Paul Ash. There it is.
Yeah.
The hair from 10 years ago.
Paul only cut his hair because he changed his opening joke in a set. That's.
Oh,
that's why I can never cut mine.
All right, so we are now moving on to the negative round. Negative. So Scott won that round. So Dawn, you get to go first in the negative round. You get to be negative about Scott's choice of Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, wow. Where do I even start? I can't take any movie with Tom Cruise in it as a sex symbol. Seriously. Eyes Wide Shut is what I want to do, to shut my eyes when I see him on the screen. Sex scene with Tom Cruise? Oh, God, no. I don't think I was the target audience for this movie. I think it was for people who liked Nicole Kidman, and I don't like her that much. I must say, especially because she was married to Tom Cruise.
There we go. Scott. You're muted, Scott, so we'll have to probably restart that. Unless this is Ears Wide Shut.
Oh, I like it.
Isn't Dread just a movie where a cop goes into a tenement building and beats up a bunch of drug addicts? I don't want to watch the news.
Vote. Let's see your votes.
Oh, sorry about that.
There we go. The voting app is open, so your votes can start going in. There may be a little bit of lag. I know that my computer is not dealing well with the heat.
Yeah. So just as a reminder, if you can't see...
Oh, did you see that?
That was
like
impressive. Very nice. Practicing for the Olympics, I see. Slido.com. So anyone who still has to vote, you can go to Slido.com, put in the event code BC210, BattleCOM Season 2, Episode 10.
Sorry if I drank loudly into the microphone. I apologize for that.
That's what she said?
Yeah, there's channels of those. She's never sorry about that because that makes money. There we are. The votes are coming in, but they are keeping sort of steady. I think it's time for the count.
All right, we'll do a long count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep.
There it is. Beep. The beep has it. Scott Carter has won that round, or has won that battle, and we are on to the next battlers of this first round.
And while Paul pulls up the screen, I will just say some random words to fill some time, such as these. You'd think I would have had something prepared by now after 2 seasons of 10 episodes, but...
We've got it now. It's all set. There it is. So we've got Darren Henwood will be facing off against Scotty Mars. This is how we tell our Scots apart. We've got a Scott, and this is Scotty Mars with Scotty's choice of Mystery Men. So Darren Henwood with Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle versus Scotty Mars with Mystery Men. Let's go with Scotty. Scotty, you go to be positive about your choice. Also muted.
It's a Scott thing.
My bad. Yeah, we're just trying not to be rude. But so Mystery Men, yes. Why is it perhaps the most underrated film of all time? Well, not only is it underrated, it was ahead of its time. Imagine if Mystery Men came out today in the world of superhero films that we live in. A brilliant, scathing satire on superhero cinema would go over quite well. And think about it. What a time when Mystery Men came out. It was everything the 90s was. It came from an indie comic, had an indie feel. Janine Garofalo was a star when she was funny. Ben Stiller was the star when he was a star. I mean, it had everything that a movie needs to have to be successful, yet somehow overlooked by the mass populace. And that's why we're here tonight, to change that.
Darren. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
So I don't know if any of you have ever seen this movie. If you haven't, then go out and treat yourselves. It is a romp on one hand, but it's also a film that fights against many established, Hollywood elitisms. It's a film that suffers from like a whole bunch of stereotypes, but in a positive way. All the white people are complete assholes in it, which is very rare for a movie that comes out of Hollywood. It's starring two strong male Asian leads, well before Crazy Rich Asians, well before your Slumdog Millionaires. This was breaking down barriers before like The Help and 12 Years a Slave was coming along. It was like launching careers. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is in this movie, which I mean, he's Canadian, so I don't even have to say anymore. Neil Patrick Harris is in this movie, and he's still referenced as Doogie Howser in it. This is how far back it goes. Like, it's not even got to your How I Met Your Mother fame. It's like I'm not going to say this definitely 100% relaunched the career of Neil Patrick Harris post Doogie, pre How I Met Your Mother. But I mean, it didn't also not do that as well. This is an underrated movie on so many levels. I can't wait to tell you more in the next round.
All right.
A vote. Get
Let's
your
see
votes
vote.
in.
Also, Darren, dare I say, facts aren't jokes.
You can see it.
And again, you're not to vote for who you think is right. You're voting for who you think is most entertaining. And Sean Griffin wanted to point out that we need a beep BattleCOM t-shirt. That will be
Let's do it.
in the works.
Someone design it. Don't put my face on it because then it will not sell. Or if it does, I don't want to know who buys it. But yes, please someone make it. Even if you just make like just one in like a ladies medium, or perhaps a husky boys size 14, I will gladly wear it.
I once was bought a husky pair of jeans, and I was they tried to get me to wear them by convincing me it was a U.S. brand name, and cool kids wore them.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Aw, I'm sorry, Scotty.
It was a rough childhood. My therapist loves my childhood.
They made a lot of money off it.
Oh.
Leslie Stoach is saying, I'd buy your face, Erica.
All right, she is allowed to buy my face. She's the only person who's allowed to buy my face. Ooh, did I just pitch the new sequel for Face Off?
All right. I think this deserves a count.
All right. So from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, beep.
And that is going to Darren Henwood. Darren Henwood has got the first point on the board in the battle with Scotty Mars. Scotty, you go first on the negative round. You get to be negative about Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Well, I mean, it is a fine film, but at the end of the day, it's a stoner comedy. And they're all the same. Same jokes, couple of stoned guys, need to get some food. Oh, no! It didn't break as much new ground as you want to give it credit for. The only thing it really did was convinced a generation of kids to eat White Castle hamburgers. And I don't know if you've ever done that. That's god-awful. They are like, take a hockey puck, fitting for tonight, a couple of pieces of stale bread, cut them up to real tiny, because that's their catch bit, because nobody would eat a regular-sized White Castle, and shove it in your pie hole, and then run to the bathroom. which is really the only outcome you get from White Castle. So this film did more to people's colons than it did to their laughter.
Vote. Let's get your votes in.
Oh wait,
Doesn't
no,
he get to
it's
go?
not
Oh,
voting.
wait,
time
wait,
yet.
wait. Sorry.
Darren,
Sorry.
it's your turn.
Darren gets to go.
I mean, I know it was good, but
Yeah. That's basically like, well, no one can beat that. Let's just get to the voting.
I don't do that at least once a show. It's not a show.
It's often to me. So yeah, like Scotty's movie was Mystery Men, which if that was to teach a generation anything was, hey, everyone turn you around. I'm going to take all my clothes off right now just in case I go invisible. And also, like, if Mystery Men came out now, we wouldn't have something like The Boys, which is a much better take on like anti-heroes and different type of superhero movie, and we'd be depriving Erica of another Carl Urban show.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Dawn, it was Dawn, sorry, of another Carl Urban show.
That's okay. This is something that Dawn and I agree on. One of many things. I'm sure that like Dawn and I have a lot of opinions that we share. Okay, it's not like Scotty and I. So it's
All right,
great.
the votes have already started. The voting app is open.
Get your votes in, people. Vote, vote, vote. And if you haven't yet given us your ideas for our where's our pop culture mashup? For this, name this mashup. We would love to hear them. Ooh, look at those votes go.
Ooh. I think this is going to have to go to a long count because I see how many people are watching and I see how many votes we have received.
All right. So long count. Oh no, you just mean from 5. You don't mean count really, really slow. Okay. From 5, 4,
We've gone over this, Erica.
3, 2, 1. Is it like a long, slow beep, or can I just do a regular beep? Beep.
I think you just said beep. There we are. It is a tie. There are no
Ooh.
points awarded. Darren, you get to go first on the free-for-all round. Free-for-all round, you get to be positive, but your own choice, negative about Scotty's choice. Just be entertaining or a roast attack upon your opponent. Darren.
I like that Scotty thinks that Harold and Kumar inspired an entire generation to go out and eat White Castle burgers as opposed to smoke weed, which was the like of all of the bad influences that movie exudes. White Castle is featured in like one scene right at the end, whereas weed is really pretty much in every other scene of that entire movie. So like I kind of like where Scott's values are, but at the same time, it's way off base of what this movie was preaching.
There we go. Scotty Mars.
But that's my point, is that it made White Castle mythical, that you would spend an entire night of your life trying to get one of those shit burgers. But, I mean, really, like, the thing about Mystery Men is not only was the stellar cast and it was ahead of its time, it also had a very catchy soundtrack. Do you know that is the first time, not Shrek, Mystery Men, we got All-Star from Smash Mouth. Now, if I started singing that, you would sing along. You just look down in your hearts. You like All-Star from Smash Mouth. You know you do. It's okay to admit it. It's fine.
Vote. Let's
see your vote.
see the,
Oh, sorry about that.
there we are. So it almost looked like as soon as you mentioned it, Darren started dancing.
It's impossible not to. Yes, they're idiots, but
I was doing
that
the
is a catchy
swallowing of my facts aren't jokes. Of course, everyone loves that song by Smash Mouth.
Darren, you don't have headphones on, so your mic cuts out whenever other people are talking. Just FYI. Oh, whoa! Tim Rowcliffe has
What?
shown up and has said hi, but he's also saying bye.
All right. Well, thank you for proof of life, Tim Rowcliffe. We appreciate it.
All right, I don't know if he was offended by either of those jokes or he just doesn't have a second screen to watch the game. And Sean is saying, I don't want the whole face, just a photo of it. I'm not a serial killer.
We have established that Sean is not a serial killer. He's just a kidnapper of his past self.
he's like a twisted version of Looper.
Nicely said.
Nice.
All right. Oh, and we got a yes in from Leslie. I'm not sure exactly what that was for?
I think that is in reference to she likes the idea of she and I remaking Face Off. So that's going to happen, guys. Coming to theaters in, I don't know, summer 2022. Depends on when we get the funding. Hashtag Face Off 2. Make it happen, guys.
All right. I think we're going to have the countdown, but just before the countdown, I want to point out that Dr. Sean Griffin once manipulated the Google Home Mini to blast Smash Mouth while I was home alone, and it still makes me jumpy.
That is terrible.
See? All because of Mystery Men.
Yeah. That used to be David Pride's chosen intro music.
No.
That's a good call.
Interesting.
That's a deep cut. That's a big memory. So can we get the count?
What was Smash Mouth?
Hmm?
Smash Mouth was David Pride's intro music?
Yeah. All Star.
Would it be worse if it was Walking on the Sun?
That's just a lateral move, I'd say.
Yes.
Lateral.
Yes.
One or the other. I mean, come on.
All right, so we're starting the count at 3.
3, 2, 1, beep.
And that is going to Darren Henwood. Darren has won that round. And we've got some comments that have come in. Emily Slatter is, so it's not clear he's not a serial killer. Tim Rowcliffe, barely alive, pretty sick, actually. Have fun. Feel better. Feel better, Tim.
Feel much better.
Did you get the
soon,
jab?
Tim.
Is this jab related or not? And Leslie is saying 100%. 100%. Okay. It's all about the face-off. Both of those movies, I enjoyed them so much. That was a tough battle to watch.
I actually really wanted Mystery Men to win secretly because Eddie Izzard's in it, and I was a huge Eddie Izzard fan in the 90s. So
I had to say something in case I went on, and the next was part of more of the cast.
Nice.
I'm sorry, guys. It just looks like somebody really wanted Darren to win.
All right, Erica, get well. Get well. No, I believe that's for Tim. And we are ready now for our battle, starting with Scott Carter. And he's going to go first on the positive round versus Darren Henwood. So Scott Carter with Eyes Wide Shut, positive.
Well, after watching Eyes Wide Shut exactly 69 times in my teens, it almost made me completely forget about my first love, the weird clown lady from the big comfy couch that told time using her legs as the hands of an analog clock, who used to make me feel funny on the inside, but got more and more uncomfortable as I got older. To this day, I still get a little hot and bothered when I see 2:45 on an analog clock.
Darren Henwood.
So Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle was one of the most kind of, I don't want to say racially charged, but it like really predicted a lot of stuff that came up in the last kind of year. Like in one scene, there's a black man in jail. When asked why he's in jail, it's because he was black, is all he said. Well, in another one, there's a security guard being taught by another one to lean on a perp's groin and neck. So even back in 2004, before BLM, before George Floyd, Harold and Kumar were exploring like black oppression by the police in ways that other films didn't even dare to. They took chances in this movie. White Castle was like at the way down the bottom. They were tackling real issues and trying to deliver them to a young like age demographic just by adding weed as a sort of like weed was the subplot of this entire movie. You guys don't even know how progressive this movie was. I'm telling you, I don't even care if it's funny. This movie was important, goddammit.
Vote! Let's see the votes. I really like how he actually took Scotty's take on that and turned it into a positive.
Ooh.
Sean Griffin is saying, Scott, I thought I was the only one. And Leslie is, as I can't wear a clown nose. Scott gets weird.
Okay, like, can someone explain this to me? Maybe this is a Canadian thing that I don't get. Like, what are you guys talking about?
It was basically a children's show where there was a weird clown lady named Lunette, and she would use her legs as the hands of a clock to tell kids how to tell time. And
what was it? I need to look it up right now in case I want to be mean about it. What was it? What was the show called?
Comfy coach.
The big comfy couch. It's pretty revolutionary.
She was just a tease.
Holy crap, that's terrifying.
As Leslie had said, I can't wear a clown nose. Scott gets weird.
You should see me when our clown postman comes by.
I don't even want to know.
All right, let's before we get any more anecdotes, let's do the countdown.
All right, from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, at beep.
So Scott has got the first point in the battle finale of this round. That means Darren goes first on the negative round. Darren.
I'm actually kind of happy for Scott that he managed to forget that infantilized clown lady who clearly has a bit of a penchant for puppets. But I'm also not so surprised that he went to Eyes Wide Shut, considering the sort of nature of the movie is all about people wearing masks to explore fantasies. Because I've known Scott for a while and I've known that his girlfriend is way out of his league. So I'm not surprised that he is now thinking about having to wear masks to explore fantasies. That might be the only way that he can.
There we go. I just want to point out that Leslie's statement here now has a double meaning. That was a deep
Well, now this might shock you, but I like to get high from time to time, and I completely agree with you, Darren. That movie it just arouses me in a similar way to Eyes Wide Shut.
Howard and Kumar?
Yeah, it's a fantastic romp. I've always wanted to ride a cheetah. They do that in it. I've got nothing bad to say about this. This is like my fucking dream movie. So like, this is just how I live. I'm never gonna be that motivated to do anything though. That's the only downfall. Maybe we should get White Castle in Canada and I'll finally get off my ass and do something. That's it.
All right, that was a sad moment, but let's see your votes. Get your votes in. The votes have already started coming in.
Keep voting, and once you're done voting, feel free to send us your name suggestions to name this mashup.
And Leslie is saying, "Oh, Darren, way to work for my vote."
All right, how are the votes looking? Ooh. All right, anyone who's Team Scott, time to get your votes in right now so we can have that fun, like, bar graph moving action.
It moved. It moved the other way.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It was just poor form by me.
There we go. I think it's time for the count.
All right, from 3, 2, 1, beep.
And point to Darren Henwood tying up this battle finale.
Yes, indeed.
And that means, Scott, you get to go first on the free-for-all round. So you could be positive about your choice, negative about Darren's choice. Just be entertaining or a roast attack upon your opponent. I will learn how to speak.
That sex cult orgy scene in Eyes Wide Shut is exactly what everyone thinks about when they think about sex cult orgies. It's ubiquitous. But believe me, as a person that looks quite like I started the Anthill Kids, sex cults don't use Beethoven opera names as passwords to get in. They're usually more like lyrics to Rock You Like a Hurricane.
I had that on vinyl.
Great song.
I'm not surprised Scott also loves Howard and Kumar Go to White Castle, because there is a character in the movie called Freak Show, and he has a smoking hot girl, and they like to play all sorts of sex fantasy games. And I'm not trying to encapsulate Scott's entire existence in my answer here, but vote.
All right, the voting app is open. Oh no, it's not. There we go.
All right.
So the voting app is open, so you can get your votes in. Unless this is too close to call, this will be determining it. And Scott Griffin has said, "Vote early, vote often." Oh, and those votes, do you see them just strip in there?
Oh,
that
once.
was impressive.
Sean Griffin became Scott Griffin. There, everyone's a Scott tonight.
For sure.
It's apparently it's like a venereal disease. Everybody's catching it. Right, Scott?
I mean, Darren's
Sure.
only Scott-ish.
Oh, yes, perfect.
All right, everybody go home.
Shame that wasn't any of your answers.
I was going to use it then, but eh.
All right, I think we should take it down for the count.
All right, from 5. Why not? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep.
Beep. And Darren has won that round.
All right, which means that Darren wins
Woo!
the entire battle thing.
That he wins the battle finale. He has won that battle round entirely. You know what? Something I do want to kind of point out that I didn't realize until Scotty Mars brought it up. He was talking about how Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle wasn't anything new. It was a stoner comedy. Think about any Cheech and Chong movie. Again, we have two male minorities, right?
True.
It's focused about weed.
So what you're saying is, in retrospect, I win.
Oh yeah, because the Mystery Men was based on superheroes, which were only discovered through that movie.
Well, actually, they were based on Flaming Carrot, but the thing is, they didn't have the budget to have the Flaming Carrot in the film, just because of the CGI effects it would have of trying to create somebody who has a huge carrot for a head that's on fire.
I need to read that book.
No one else knows what you're talking about apart from Scotty, and we're all very intrigued.
We are.
Yeah, look it up.
If you had watched more Cheech and Chong movies, you'd probably already know about it. I'm just wondering why Scott didn't get it. All right, Leslie is
There's a
saying
reason. I'm just slow.
Scottish. Hi-yo.
Heyo.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is the best answer to come?
I've just thought of a Scottish stoner movie, The Highlander.
On heart.
Good night.
All right. You'd have to be high to think Sean Connery's accent was Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah, the French guy playing the Scottish guy playing the Spaniard.
Yeah.
Is it there can be only one because when you're that
Yes.
high, you can't count any higher than that?
Yeah.
It moves on from an ounce to a kilo. There is. All right. What was the best audience choice or suggestion for the title of this one?
I only
You know,
saw
we didn't get that many this round, I think. Oh, wait.
One just
got
came
one
in.
more.
Oop.
Yep. Snooper-dooper-doo. I like it.
Didn't he had a good one about Scooby Snacks?
And then, yeah, Denise, let me pull his right here. Is that the one? That's the one.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like it. I like both of them. So I will leave it to, I was going to say my colleagues, which I guess is true. You guys got to vote.
How's about this is what happens to the Scooby-Doo gang after they visit Woodstock?
I like it.
You know Woodstock from the Peanut. Okay. That's fine.
Oh.
Oh, like the city in New York.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought it was New Brunswick. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
no.
It's a farmer's field in New York. There is a state. All right. What is your choice, performers? Which audience member gets to? All right. Which is Dawn is giving us the peace sign.
2. Second one.
All right. Is that Snoopy Dooby Doo?
Yes, that's the one.
All right.
Yeah.
I dig
do-
that. I dig that one. It's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love a pun.
It worked.
Yeah.
And it's my girlfriend's, so I've got to vote for that.
All right. That's got 3 of the 4 votes right there.
All right.
So we've got our new mashup for the second round. So leading into the second round. So those of you watching, pay attention. And also, I noticed that we get some new viewers right now. Just mention in the chat where you're watching from. Here's our next mashup.
That's wonderful.
That's so good.
And I think it's time for our next battlefield.
Yes,
Our next battlefield. Here it comes.
Hey everyone at BattleCOM, this is Barry 3D Carter from the Iconist Podcast. And we want to know, what is the greatest DC comic storyline? Excuse me, I think the sky just changed color. Oh, I gotta go.
I haven't seen Barry in so long. That was so good to see him.
Yeah, he actually battled last month.
Oh, nice.
So our first battlers coming to the screen. It's Scotty Mars with his choice of Blackest Night, facing off against Scott Andrew Carter with his choice of The Watchmen. So Scott, you get to go first on the positive round.
Well, there's no question that the best DC story arc is written by Alan Moore, because he is a goddamn wizard and also my style icon. Look like Alan Moore, smell like Rorschach. That's my personal motto, and also the reason I'm so successfully on EI currently.
Oh. All right, Scotty.
Vote. Let's
no.
Hold on. No, vote. We get
Paul.
Scotty. Scotty goes.
Paul needs some Ritalin.
I need not to be having heat stroke.
Blackest Night. I mean, as a Green Lantern fan for years, when he's saying the oath, you'd always wonder, what the fuck is Blackest Night? And we finally found out. And, and then on top of that, what is a really tired superhero, especially in comics trope? Bring back dead characters. Well, at least this time they had a reason. They were coming back as Black Lanterns, and they were scary as all hell. And it spanned the entire DC universe. It was marvelous on many, many levels. Gave us 7 different Lantern Corps. You understand the merchandising behind that? How much money I spent on different rings? It's so good. So good.
All right, let's
There
see
we
your
are.
votes.
Voting is open. So is it merchandising or the style icon of Scott Carter? Scotty's addiction for merchandise.
Yeah,
Excellent
I like
choice.
how Scott Carter's like a self-effacing round. Like I didn't even realize that existed in BattleCOM.
Yeah, always go after yourself. That's the only way to win. Just insult yourself and reap the glory and all that money we win.
Wait,
right?
did
We
you
win
say
money?
reap the glory or rape the glory? Because I heard rape the glory.
So did
gosh.
I. I didn't want to say
the
anything.
EA were kind of out of place.
Yeah.
Well,
Reap the glory.
all right, votes are coming in pretty nicely, so don't forget to vote. If you just joined us, you can go to slido.com and put in the event code BC210 for BattleCOM Season 2, Episode 10, and vote for whoever you think was most entertaining this round. If you've already voted, feel free to post in the comments what you think is the greatest DC storyline.
And for the voters, just remember that you're voting for who's most entertaining. It's not about being right, because we've learned from Fox News. It's never about being right.
It's never about being great.
So
All
let's
right.
give that a count.
All right, so from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's deep. Congratulations, Scott. Scott
Right.
Carter.
Scott Carter
Scott without a Y.
has got the first point on the board. That means Scotty Mars, you get to go first on the negative round. You get to be negative about The Watchmen.
Which is tough to do. I mean, it is a fantastic, fantastic story. However, until recently, it wasn't even part of the DC canon. It was just a story out on its own. And if we're talking best DC comic storyline, it should have an effect on the DC universe, which Watchmen didn't until recently. Also, it's hard to give any credit to a story written by a man that has become nothing but a bitter old hermit. Alan Moore hates everything Alan Moore created. Why are we voting for it?
Well, as somebody who doesn't read a whole lot of DC books, I have no idea what Blackest Night is, and anything I'm going to say negative about it is going to come off apparently sounding racist. So I will recuse myself from this round.
All right. Votes are open.
I feel like nothing needs to be said after.
That is like the safest moment. Oh, by the way, Sean Griffin had asked me to prove something. So
You're not getting naked right now, are you? Oh no, okay.
I just actually, Erica, can you full screen me for just a second?
Yes, of course. Give me just 1 second to set that up because things.
Also, Paul, we can barely hear you because your sign's blocking your mic.
Look at that. All right.
There we go. So
You got the old?
Pretty.
that still exists. So
Is that from
That's
Andrews?
amazing.
that predated Andrews, but it was up at Andrews as well.
Oh, Andrews.
You actually, Darren, I think you saw the first shows at Café L'Étranger. That's where I
Yeah,
met you.
it's now Frita Lore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I played those shows. What, like 11 years ago?
I was going to say that's before my time. I've only ever known it as BattleCOM. That super cool show that is a baby comic I super wanted to be on. And now look at me. I get to stage manage BattleCOM from the comfort of my own home, which I purchased with my comedy money. No, I didn't.
You had us up until that last point.
Yeah.
Then it became a fantasy.
And Sean Griffin, thank you very much, Sean. He's saying that's fucking awesome. So that sign has survived. I don't know if I'd ever want to run an open mic again because I'm sort of busy with a lot of things. So let's give this a count.
All right. So from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I guess beep. That goes to Scott. So that is 2 wins for Scott without a Y. Congratulations.
All right, Scott Carter, without actually battling, managed to win the second round.
That's what you do. Recuse yourself from the round. It's smart.
Sorry. Leslie is still stuck on the thought of comedy money.
Comedy money? Question mark?
I mean, like you guys have seen coins before, right?
Yeah, where do you think all those out of circulation pennies went?
I personally have a small fortune in Barbadian dollars from shows that I ran.
Oh, man.
Not in Barbados, though. They were in, like, the West Island.
No, they were at Burritoville in Montreal.
All right, our next battle, mixing it up, it's going to be Dawn Xanklin is going to be facing off with her choice of Hush, facing off against Darren Henwood with his choice of All-Star Superman, which was the only one of all these wonderful trade paperbacks I could find a picture of the full wraparound cover. So, Darren, you get to go first. I'm positive about All-Star Superman.
Do you know why I could find the wraparound cover? Because it's the best one. And it's nothing to do with the superhero stuff. Nothing to do. All-Star Superman is the best blueprint of how to, like, get a girl and keep a girl and, like, try and, like, like the shit that Superman does for Lois Lane throughout this movie when he knows he's dying and has nothing left to lose. But have you remember that episode of The Simpsons where, like, all the city begin to hate Apu, all the men in the city, because Apu, like, treats his wife like a common, decent human being, and all the other men are like, oh, you're putting us all to shame. Like, imagine that, but you're Superman. He raises the Titanic and restores it. Not just raise it, restores it, gets all the Irish blood off the fucking walls, and puts it together so that you can have a tea party with Lois Lane. Like, he gives her superpowers because, you know, that was woven into the story somehow. Gives her superpowers, and they go off fighting crime together. Talk about shared interests. You can share a beatdown of some other fucking superheroes. This guy was setting a template by which we should all live.
Dawn.
Well, Darren had a point. When DC goes all out, it goes all out. Just not in movies. The Hush story with Batman was fantastic because who would have thought that one storyline would have needed every single one of Batman's villains to be included. So I think that's why it's the best, because if you've seen no other Batman, you can get a sense of how Batman works and even who he is by following that story.
Love it. Let's see your votes.
Yeah, I actually have to set up the voting.
All right. Give Paul a few seconds and then let's see your votes. In the meantime, I will remind you guys, first of all, great battle, both of you. Second of all, anyone who hasn't seen our mashup yet, that is covering most of our faces, here it is. Let us know if you have a title idea for it. I saw that Denis just came in with a suggestion with The Propane Men. I like it. If anyone else has any more suggestions, feel free to think of them and then get your votes in as soon as Paul says vote.
Vote.
Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I haven't said that yet.
Oh, yeah, please.
Ooh, votes coming in hot for both of you. I have so many questions about both of your plots because I actually haven't read them because I don't read as many DC comics as like indie comics or Marvel comics. Don't tell DC I said that. Or do, and maybe they'll send me free stuff.
No, they
if you
won't.
work for DC.
They
and you want to send
actually.
Marvel.
Fight with my DC.
With my little studio lights on here, I am I'm leaving a puddle on my desk of sweat, so I apologize. So when I made that joke about heat stroke earlier, yeah, Erica might have to take care of the show.
Oh no.
It's okay. I'll do it if I have to, Paul. I am not going anywhere because I'm currently stuck to my chair.
So everyone, please remember to drink your fluids and think of a good mashup name, such as Denis. Denis did The Propane Men.
Do you want me to drink my own fluids?
Well,
Trust me, he's been looking for an excuse.
I think that's the bonus round.
There we go. That's the Bear Grylls edition of BattleCOM. Oh, when will that get old? I think it just did.
All right, I'm going to work on that pitch in 3, 2, 1, beep. All right, and that round goes to Darren.
Darren.
Which means that in the negative round, Dawn, you will be going first. All right.
All right. Dawn, it's a fun fact. I actually do love. Sorry, I almost said Spider-Man. No, I love Superman. I've got books on my shelf by Superman. I've got a little bust, but honestly, that story is creepy as fuck. I mean, he raises the death ship for a date. It's only because he's dying that he decides to spend quality time with his girlfriend. Come on. She's been going through looking stupid for years because she can't figure out that her boyfriend is the same guy with glasses as without. I mean, he's just like the worst gaslighting boyfriend. She should have dumped him ages ago. So I think this is like an instructional manual about what girlfriends who have super powered boyfriends need to not do. They need to not have that kind of relationship.
All right, Darren, your turn to be. Hang on. I think Paul and I keep clicking the same thing. Okay, there we go. Darren, your turn to be negative about Dawn's choice.
About Batman Hush, about the story that sounds like a Batman sex scandal. About the story that sounds like a drag queen telling like Batman to go do one. Batman Hush. Like, just come on, man. Like, this is. I'm not even going to get past the title because I haven't read it. So I'm just going to make jokes about the title. It's enough.
Vote.
That was great. I feel like I have so many comments about the Superman glasses thing that I will save until the end of this round.
All right, Sean Griffin had chimed in. I'll do it if I have to. I bet Paul has heard before. No,
Facts aren't jokes, Sean.
Definitely not from Erica. And I feel bad saying that, but it made me laugh.
Now, when Scott Carter takes his glasses off, he turns into someone who has a job.
Oh.
No, it still is a frightening prospect.
He turned into this scarum straight guy who goes to high schools and tells people to stay in school.
Oh, shoot.
What? Oh, wait. Something just happened to Paul. Paul, are you okay?
Yep. Just I have a tablet, and it's now developing puddles dripping off of me.
Oh, that's certainly a medical condition, I think.
It's clear puddles, so it should be good.
Okay.
That tablet is used to fluid.
It's a remarkable. So,
all right. How are we doing on votes? Do you want me to?
There.
We've seen how before.
Yeah, let's start a countdown, the long countdown.
All right. So from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, beep. It's a tie.
So no points are awarded, and that means Darren, you get to go first on a free-for-all round.
I can't believe you called Lois Lane stupid. First of all, like, what happened to like the sisterhood and all you sticking together? Okay, so she chooses to be blinded by love. She doesn't want to think that her boyfriend Clark Kent could potentially be Superman because that's too much to live up to. And you just like knock the woman down and call her stupid. She's got some sort of degree in journalism or something. She's like a relatively upwardly mobile woman with agency. You need to respect your other sisters more. Come on, Dawn, you're better than that.
Talking about blinded by love, Leslie Stoach is saying, not with that hair.
What, but Scott looking like he had a job?
Yes, exactly.
Well, I think if Lois Lane had any sense, she'd be going for Lex Luthor or Bruce Wayne. But clearly she works at the Fox of newspapers if she can't even figure out what the heck is going on with Superman. And how many clues does she need to find out that he's not into her? I mean, death? He wants to get out of that relationship. He's going to die. He wasn't going to take her with him. Superpowers, and I think in that book, her superpowers expire after a time. He wasn't even going to leave her with that. So he's an asshole. She can do better. She needs to go find some kryptonite and like put an end to it. That's it.
Boom, vote. The Fox and newspapers coming up. And we're still looking for your choices for name the mashup.
Mashup that looks like this, friends. Come up with your titles for this. This is King of the Hill / X-Men, in case you didn't know, which if you didn't, we just told you. We were going to say if you didn't, then you're a loser, but you're not. All of our fans are great. We love you. Please send us your ideas.
Great joke from Leslie there about the...
Yeah. Lois Lane would be a minority hire at Fox.
Yeah, true.
That's good.
True.
Yeah.
That's good.
Extremely accurate.
And I think we're going to take a countdown on that one. Should be a short countdown.
All right. So from 3, 2, 1, and beep. Congratulations, Dawn.
Dawn has got a point on. That means we have a second free-for-all round. Darren, you get to go first in this free-for-all round. And if it comes up to too close to call, Erica will have to make the choice.
No worries. I mean, if none of you have read All-Star Superman, I'm just going to like read a tiny bit of the synopsis and I'll explain why it's so good. So, Dr. Leo Quintum and his team are exploring the sun where they're sabotaged by a booby-trapped, genetically enhanced time bomb clone made by Lex Luthor. This is a writer who just saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and thought there are not enough adjectives and descriptives in that thing. I need to go one step further. So it's a booby-trapped, genetically enhanced time bomb clone. I mean, that's got like 6 letters across the front. You can make all types of acronyms from that. I think that's some genius writing right there. Also, Dawn said she had books by Superman. Did you mean by Superman? like the literary genius of Superman? I mean, I know he's a journalist, but I'm just checking, like, do you think that Superman is also writing books? Do you think Jesus wrote the Bible? I just want to check on where you're at with that, Dawn.
Wait, you're telling me that he didn't write the comic books? Like they're not from his journal? I okay. This changes everything. Everything. Yeah, but I don't know. Like the Superman aside, Hush, I have to say, is a long-winded way of explaining to us that Batman has a lot of people that we should read about. So it's a better advertisement for us to read Batman than your book is for us to read about how bad a boyfriend Superman is.
Let's see your votes.
We did have another suggestion almost come in. Sean Griffin saying, I can't name the mashup, but somehow Jean Grey has been made even more annoying.
I love it.
He should bite his tongue, though. Peggy Hill is a wonderful, wonderful character. The best character.
Let me guess. She was your second sexual fantasy after the clown lady and before the Eyes Wide Shut.
Have you seen Peggy Hill step on some ground beef before? It is erotic.
I was just about to suggest, it's Peggy Hill doing Peggy Hill did foot fetish videos for a good little while, so that means Jean Grey.
All right, while Paul takes a break to look at WikiFeet, I'm going to bring up this suggestion. X-Men.
That's
love
it.
it.
Man, I like it.
I like it too.
Paul, are you on like Peggy Hill's OnlyFans page? What is that with the food fetish stuff?
I watched the show.
Yeah.
It's a story arc. Yeah. And it comes back, actually.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Scotty is muted at this point in time.
I was letting other people battle. And this is a tough one for me, being a DC fan, to hold my tongue. Like, there's so much that I want to say about all of these stories. So
All right,
very, very hard.
let's give this a short count, and so we'll let Scotty go off, because I know Scotty's a huge DC fan.
Well, hold on, because there's still another battle
Yeah,
after this. I
we'll
don't want
wait until
Scott to
the
use that
finale.
material.
Yeah. I can hold my peace for a little bit.
All right.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
So while Scotty holds his peace, we're going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, beep. Congratulations, Darren. You are moving on to our battle finale.
And it is a rematch of our round 1 finale as well.
All right. So if we're ready to go, I am going to set this up. Scott Carter, you are going to go first in our positive round.
All right. So I read Watchmen as a teenager, so naturally the only thing I remember about it is Dr. Manhattan's blue dong, and that Night Owl can't get a boner unless he dresses up like a bird and punches some prisoners. But that has started to resonate with me in my mid-30s, because now I can only get boners when I dress up like a clown and punch an analog clock.
All right, Darren.
I can only get a boner when I take my little Dr. Blue Manhattan pills. One of the things I like about the All-Star Superman writing, and this is more like DC writing, I guess it was typical of his time, is how on the nose some of the villains are they defeat. Like when Lois and Superman go on their like big, I don't want to say killing spree, but go on their superhero spree, they defeat like classic strong characters like called Samson and Atlas, like your classic Greek mythology person and a biblical kind of strong man. It's like Rocky IV was like less transparent, but it's like he at this point Superman and Lois are like just one axe throwing competition against Thor and one like sausage eating competition against Kobayashi away from getting the full set. They just needed to go the full hog and just do a little bit like one more to have the rule of 3 there.
All right. If the voting is ready, let's see your votes. And Scott, did I see a cameo appearance by your cat, Bernie?
You sure did, but then he got angry and left immediately.
Oh, yes. That also sounds like Bernie.
So the voting is open.
He's not going to show up on screen unless he gets an appearance fee.
All right,
Classic Bernie.
The blue dong got erect first. Just pointing that out. But
You guys and your blue dongs. Anyway, let's talk about Bernie's appearance fee. Can I pay him in treats or catnip?
He prefers catnip, but then he gets real high and riled up, and then he scratches me and bites me. It's then you owe me money because I need to get that fixed.
Oh man, he's not one of those chill catnip cats. That's
No, he freaks out. He's a good freak out cat.
that's. Sorry about the freakouts. Yes, Sean, I am the ultimate cat lady. Who doesn't know this by now?
You got to get some indica nip. There is. I think it's time for the countdown.
All right. So from 3, 2, 1, beep. And that one goes to Scott.
That means on the negative round, Darren Henwood is going first.
I mean, Watchmen, good. Spawned a movie, spawned a TV show. It's given us a lot of good stuff, but it's also given us one of the laziest costumes known to man, which is the Rorschach costume, which is your granddad's hat, an old dirty trench coat, and some like pillowcase that you've dipped in ink before you go out. It is the easiest, cheapest, most like shitty Halloween costume that is imaginable. Even worse than when my mum and dad dressed me up as a balloon salesman when I was like 5 years old. What the fuck is a balloon salesman? I don't even understand what that is. And they took a photo of me with my full candy bag at the end of the night and 2 balloons. I hadn't even sold a fucking balloon. I was a terrible balloon salesman. Anyway, Watchmen has inspired one of the worst Halloween costumes because it's super easy. You need to get some more effort into your Halloween costumes than a dirty pillowcase, Scott.
And in case Joshua Budman is out there watching, he doesn't mean that. It's one of Joshua's favorite costumes.
Negative about All-Star Superman? Well, All-Star Superman? Pfft, fuck that. I prefer All-Star Smash Mouth.
Vote! Did you guys set this up in advance?
Can I vote for Scott?
All right, we'll take an extra vote for Scott.
And I'm even getting my cat high beside me, so that's got to count for something.
We've all noticed that that ever since your cat's come in, you've just started to romp away to victory now. I'm not saying there's a correlation between the two, but I think votes for Scott are actually votes for Bernie, which is a shame because we can't vote for Bernie because we're Canadians.
Yeah. Reluctantly for Scott.
It's all right, Sean. I'll forgive you this one time. I mean, I'm not saying that your vote is definitely the swing vote, considering I'm only down by 1 vote, but, you know, that's fine.
2, because you voted for Scott as well.
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
If we're actually counting my vote, then, yeah, I'm down by 2 votes.
And Scott has 2 more cats, so he's got plenty of depth in that canon.
Well, I think Leslie's actually answering Sean when Sean says Erica's the ultimate cat lady, and Leslie's like, incorrect. Scott has 2 more cats. He is the ultimate cat lady.
Yeah, I am.
Scott does have
and
more
I'm damn
cats.
proud of it. Yeah.
All right, let's do the countdown.
All right, so from 3, 2, 1, meow. Congratulations, Scott. You have.
Can I just take this time to say I have not read All-Star Superman or any of the other stories mentioned here, and all I did is read the Cliff Notes. I'm not a big reader.
Is that supposed to be surprising?
No.
All right. Now, just as so we can go to the expert.
Yes.
Everyone else mute. Everyone else mute for like 5 minutes.
Where do I begin? I mean, what would you like me to say about these, Paul? Like, where do you want me to start? I mean, Batman Hush is such a great choice. Not only did
you chose
the Rogues Gallery, but introduces Hush, Batman's childhood friend who takes his face and takes over. That's such a great story. A continuation of the Long Halloween. What were you gonna say, Paul? Sorry.
Your original choice for this round was
Nightfall,
which is Hush adjacent, is it not?
No. Nightfall is Bane breaking Batman's back.
Oh.
And then Azrael taking over the mantle of the Bat until Batman returns to rightfully claim the cape and cowl. So yeah, I was a little confused when I saw the other ones coming up, and you were like, Nightfall was taken, and I was like, I don't see it.
Why did it?
Yeah, Nightfall's
I
great.
Googled to make sure, but all right.
Yeah. No, Nightfall. Yeah, Batman gets his back broken, which we've seen in the movies, because it's such an iconic point. And when Azrael takes over, here's the thing. Azrael, from a crazy religious cult, so it teaches us the evils of religion. So it's a really, really, really good story. And then All-Star Superman's Grant Morrison, who's fucking genius.
And tax exemption, I think, is probably the big evils of
yeah, well, that's one of the many. Yeah. And then, Watchmen is Watchmen, which is like you have to read Watchmen if you're going to be even adjacent to comics. Like if you have coffee in a comic book in a store next to a comic book store, they come and grab you and make you read Watchmen. So you just have to read Watchmen. I could continue, but I don't want to bore people.
No. This is cool.
And let's start moving forward. Again, BattleCOM is powered by StreamYard. I'm wearing this very wet shirt at this point in time, but we've got the nice little puddle. We've got the nice pillow there of Puddles, because Puddles is the name of... so if you do enough shows, they don't send you one of these. You still have to ask. So this is Puddles the duck.
I think when I get older, they're going to call me Puddles.
So I'm when they find my body, they might call me Puddles. That's all right. So we're powered by StreamYard and powered by Slido. Slido. These are the ways that this is presented online, and we also want to let people know about Linktree. The other shows that I do are there, and if anyone wants to donate to the show, it will be split among all the performers. They just buy me a drink tab on the Linktree. Otherwise, you have access to the other shows, including one that will give information about upcoming live shows here in Montreal. Now we have another. Oh, we have the Name the Mashup. This is time to choose this one.
All right. I like both of them. I think. Let me pull them up. Oh, wait! I went too far. Hang on.
That's usually what happens with me. I go too far.
All right, so we've got Denny's suggestion of The Propane Men, and later on we've got Leslie's suggestion of Tex Men.
There's something wrong with that cable.
Just ain't right.
Can I not go with Sean's making Jean Grey more annoying?
Yeah, can I vote for Sean?
Really?
Yes, this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I think that is the winner. It seems pretty unanimous from the performers. And we get the new mashup coming up.
Having Chewbacca as Dustin is just mean.
I didn't do the artwork. So there we go. Stranger Things and Star Wars.
I have a feeling that was actually just like the pitch photo for Stranger Things. Let's be nostalgic. It'll work.
All right. So we are now ready for Battlefield 3.
The invention of eyeglasses, while helping people see, also made it easier for people to play blind man bluff poker. No longer did we have to stick the card to our forehead or hold it up there like the Neanderthals did. Anyway, that being said, what is the greatest advancement in video games? And I'll see your dollar and I'll raise you 3.
There we go. Battlefield 3. There, our first two battlers. It's going to be Darren Henwood with his choice of electronic downloads, facing off against Scott Andrew Carter with his choice of the Virtual Boy. Scott Andrew Carter, you get to go first.
Well, the Virtual Boy changed the world, because from that point on, every person in the world could go to a Blockbuster Video and rent a VR headset, bring it home, and get pink eye from the guy who rented it before you.
Darren.
I don't know how old everyone is here. I'm coming up on a bigger birthday in my next one, so I remember all of the versions of things that video games had come on, and all of the equally frustrating things they did to us. I remember video games on cassette tapes. Yes, cassette tapes where you had to pause and flip the cassette halfway through to continue playing the game, which means your cassette was just as likely to get caught in those little things. And like you have to do with the pencil. I know some of you millennials, like a pencil is like a pen, but like not. And you have to like wind your game up, but then it wouldn't play properly. It's not like music just played slower. It just wouldn't play properly after that. So that was number one. Then you had like the kind of like the hard / floppy disk. They're floppy disk, but they're actually hard, which was super weird. And then like I don't know, like you. There was this little metal thing that slid across the front, and you were told you're not supposed to play with that. Don't expose the thing underneath. That's like giving a fidget spinner to a child and saying, don't spin this thing. So, of course, you're just going to go like this to the game all the time, and then you try and play that fucking thing, and it doesn't work. And then the next thing that comes along is cartridges, which, I'm sorry, like, similarly to the post office and still having licking stamps as part of their system, if saliva is still involved, no wonder our postal service is in trouble. If blowing into your game is the only thing that is going to make it work by going, there's always a fucking issue. Electronic downloads where it comes straight to your machine has erased all of that nonsense, all of that headache gone.
Let's see your votes. All right, we've got one comment saying Darren is thinking of a diskette, not a floppy.
What the heck's a diskette?
Those were the smaller, look like a floppy disk.
I've never heard of a diskette in my entire life.
Well, what did they call them in Scotland, Darren?
You also heard it called aluminium for most of your life.
By the people that invented the language, yeah, cool.
You mean your oppressors?
Your oppressors too.
Oh,
you can't
get all Braveheart up in here.
You can't claim to be part Irish and then call the English someone else's oppressors.
No, they were pretty much everybody's oppressors.
Exactly.
No comment as a descendant of the Roman Empire.
Yeah. Speaking of everyone's oppressor.
All right. Should we count it down? How are we looking on votes, Paul?
Although, to be fair, Romans didn't oppress the Scots. They built a wall to keep us out because they couldn't be bothered with us.
You're welcome, I guess.
The Roman Catholics, on the other hand. Sorry, Erica. Just a little upset with those people at this point. Let's give that a countdown.
All right. From 3, 2, 1, beep. Congratulations, Scott, for being a virtual boy.
Oh, too late. That last vote. No. Gosh darn it.
I hadn't stopped it. It's going to count. No point awarded.
No. Wait. You can't do that because then you're undermining Erica's beeps.
I know. I said beep.
Erica's beeps are final.
Right. She said beep. Okay. Then it's gonna hold. It's gonna hold as Scott. It's just there's a time delay between when she says beep and they hear it. But we are holding it as Scott's point. We are now moving forward. Darren, you get to go first on the negative round.
I think Scott's beat me like the last 3 battles. We just had like a whole bunch of battles. I won the first one. I think he's won like 3 in a row. I'm beginning to feel like the virtual boy that Scott owned. But honestly, I'd never heard of a virtual boy before Scott mentioned it, and I think he's actually just like taken some graphics and like put something together. And I think his goal is to make us all leave this and all look up virtual boy in Google, like right after this, so we can all get put on some sort of list that we're now going to get like all of these real dolls and shit like that sent to us as the next sort of wave of sex toys. So I see your plan, Scott, buying into big sex doll and then making us all like future clients. I got your number.
So I'm supposed to be negative about electronic downloads? What other kind of downloads are there? Tell me, Darren. What is another kind of download that isn't electronic?
I'm not allowed to rebut.
Vote.
Vote.
Well, that got awkward.
In the meantime, once you've voted, you can post in the comments if you've got an idea for this mashup. Oh, all right. Things are happening in the votes. I don't want to look at the mashup anymore. I want to look at the votes. Let's go bar graphs.
And Sean Griffin had pointed out that, oh man, my haircut or lack thereof has nothing on that guy's comedic card play.
Yours is better, Sean, because you mentioned me by name. So, what is that in reference to?
I believe that was the
Pull it
late
up
vote.
all the time.
She was like, poop, not like a poop, like pointing and seeing.
Yeah, I thought it was like
a poop.
I thought she was just making reference to.
She was like, poop.
I believe it's missing an H.
It
It should be
poof.
Well,
Right.
that's too bad. This is going into the Comment Hall of Fame.
There is a chance that is an example of a non-electronic download.
all right. I don't know.
How can we vote for Leslie in this round?
Yeah, she's funnier than me, so that makes sense. Yeah, there we
That is
go.
correct.
Yes. That's awesome.
All right. I say it once again. Everybody go home. Leslie has won this show.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But vote for me because I date her.
Leslie, you win a copy of the BattleCOM home game, which is really just getting to live with Scott.
Scott would be homeless without the home game.
Scott's more battle, less calm. Let's be honest.
All right, let's get a countdown.
All right. From 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your votes in. Beep.
And freezing it there.
A poop.
That one also goes.
She put that like she discovered it. Like she just walked into the living room and was like, a poop. Oh my. Scott,
I mean,
again?
she discovered it before. Yeah, for sure.
Right beside the puddle.
Yeah. She's going to start
The dog.
labeling the
Man.
doors again. Bathroom.
All right. I also the other thing about the electronic downloads is if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have discovered what assholes Metallica was.
True. The only thing we would have had to go on was, all of those songs that Metallica has. Who knows how many they've made because they all sound the same.
We have 3 cats. We often discover poops.
I have one and I find a lot of them. So
Yeah.
As long as you're not finding them between your toes, it's.
no, I'm fairly certain my cat has kitty dementia and just doesn't know where she is anymore.
Aw.
Aww.
I love her anyway. Please send me pictures of the cat.
Yeah, I tolerate her. No, I love her.
All right. So Scotty's choice would be the game Genie. And he's facing off against Dawn Xanklin with her choice of the Atari 2600. Kicking old school here. Dawn, you get to go first on the positive round.
Well, the Atari 2600 was the very first game system in my house, and I'm feeling very nostalgic to it. It was it did things that no other device I had at home could do, and it was simple design, like a square, vertical. You put the cartridge in, and it's fun. But, and with the game got boring, then it became, a fun prop that you can use in offline exploration activities. So it was a win-win.
Scotty.
Yes. The game Genie. Oh, what a magical thing. Even the name, Genie, sounded cool, mystical, like it came from another land. And it did magical things. Really, all it did was made the shittiest players in the world good. It taught a generation that cheating was okay. Somehow, someone thought up a device that allowed kids too dumb to remember cheat codes to cheat. It really, like, if you're a kid and you're like, up, down, right, A, I don't remember it. All you needed was a little game Genie. And by the way, the contra code, up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. I didn't need one.
Vote.
I've noticed that Scotty's very concerned about what modern culture, pop culture, is teaching whole generations of children. First it was White Castle, now it's like cheat codes. Like he's really concerned about the youth.
And
Have you seen them?
He is a giver.
That also wasn't just the Contra code. That was the entire Konami code. It worked for like every game.
Except Bayou Billy, the one game you needed help with.
Yeah, Bayou Billy was the hardest goddamn game in the world. Other than Battletoads.
Yes, Battletoads is like they should get rid of the Mensa test and just have people play those games, and if they can beat them, then they get into Harvard.
All right, the votes are coming in.
Paul, I don't have a Leslie to bring me cups of water. Can I go and rehydrate my?
You are excused because this weather, it is very important. I made sure I finished one of these before we started. This one is gone, and then the tea with sugar in it is with the freezy in it is already gone.
Yeah, I'm on empty as well.
Oh gosh, you're gonna fill one of those bottles soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, it's all coming out of every other inch of me.
Oh gosh.
Whoa! I just joined and put my earbuds in to hear Paul say every other inch of me. What did I just miss?
Things are coming out of
Sweat.
every other inch of them.
Darren, you don't even know.
All right, Leslie saying, I bring him booze, water.
I like that. Leslie, I like your style. My grandfather, God rest his soul, used to say, water just makes you rust. You guys
Was your
can use that.
grandfather iron?
yes, he was. He was actually the hull of the Titanic. Yeah.
He was iron or Irish with that logic. One of the two.
It's Italian. It's Erica. It's Italian. It only comes from one place with Erica. Taddeo.
Hey,
Or tomorrow.
Grappa looks like water, so why not?
Basically the same. But
Why
yeah.
have I never thought of that before, and why did I just say it now?
I don't know, Paul. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's get it. Have we frozen here? There's the vote has been up for a little while, but we're seeing very few votes coming in.
Oh no.
Let's give it a long count.
All right, from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, beep. Oh,
Whoa, what happened?
the very last minute.
A vote came in.
A vote came in on the
Very
last minute,
vote.
but that still goes to Scotty Mars. That means, Dawn, you're going to go first on the next round.
The negative round.
Well, Game Genie, where do I begin? As a parent, I feel very strongly that this has contributed to setting our society on a very slippery slope. Will no one think of the children? I mean, cheating, excusing cheating. Is this what we blame for Trump? I think there's it's just very sad. It makes me very, very sad. And I frankly think that my child should never play with a retro version of Game Genie. It's just wrong.
Scotty.
Oh, to attack the Atari. Well, I mean, I was a ColecoVision kind of guy, you know. I was over there doing a little burger time, stacking the ingredients with my... And the ColecoVision had the cool disc on the controller. Like, it wasn't just a stick and a button like it was created by a 5-year-old. ColecoVision, you had motor skills that you had to use. There was twisting. And, I mean, when we're talking about the Atari, are we not talking about a system whose claim to fame is a game based on a movie? We always know how good those are, that people scoured dumpsters for. Talking about the E.T. game. If you like, they made a documentary about looking for games covered in shit. That's the legacy of the Atari. Please dig out our games that people thought so good to throw away.
Vote. Nope, we want disagree. That's just going to keep happening. I am sorry, everyone.
Sean is apologizing. He has lag, so his vote was late. So we got to make sure that we give people enough time to vote.
All right. So, ooh, votes are split. All right. While those votes are coming in, I'm just going to pull up the mashup real quick. So don't forget to post in the comments any suggestions you have for this mashup. Stranger Things / Star Wars original trilogy. Any ideas you may have if you are a person who is super excited about the next season of Stranger Things and does not have just a lot of bitterness in your heart that Netflix canceled Glow. It's fine. I'm fine. Get your votes in.
Glow was like my big comfy couch. I mean, the original Glow.
Oh yeah.
we assumed so, Scotty. It's okay. We don't think that you are currently a child. We know that you are a grown man who
You've still got the same benefit out of original Glow as the TV show Glow. It's really, really weird.
We get vintage science fiction boners, the movie.
Accurate. All right, so keep getting your votes in, keep getting your suggestions in. If you have any ideas for what you think is the greatest technological advancement in video games, I don't know why I just said it. Like, that's the first time I've ever said the phrase video games in my life. But
what are these video games you speak of?
Games.
The video games? There is, by the way, for the mashup, I immediately I'm going to just kind of nix anyone saying Stranger Wars or Star Things.
Stranger Wars sounds like it would just be like a knockoff of World Star Hip Hop. Like Stranger Wars is definitely some kind of like YouTube channel where they just film drunk people fighting.
Stranger Wars is like the B-movie knockoff you found at the bottom shelf of the video store. Like when Transformers came out, there was a movie called Transmorphers, trying to trick people into renting it with their hard-earned money.
Oh, Asylum Pictures.
I mean, at least it's that, right, and not a porn parody.
Oh yeah,
I've seen those.
I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah,
of the Transmorphers.
Next penetration. That one had a great script.
Tell me about the porn they watch.
I think the Scots are going to be exchanging electronic downloads.
Yeah, I get really turned on by the Thumb Wars movies myself.
Wait, when you say Scots, am I included in that?
Yes, of course you are, Darren.
If you want to be.
And all I can think of is porn parodies and someone doing something really unfortunate with the name Millie Bobby Brown.
I don't want to know.
Anyways,
should I count
down?
Right,
I think Whitney Houston did the most unfortunate thing with Bobby Brown. What?
Humiliated him.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Whitney Houston.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on a sacred cow. Let's get the votes in. The votes are in. Let's give this a long count.
All right, from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Video game beep, I guess, and that's a tie.
That is a tie. That means no points are awarded.
Which means
we are going into a free-for-all round with Scott going first. Scotty going first.
I was going to say, if you're going to let Mr. Carter take over in this particular battle, like, again, the Atari. The Atari's like when you've got that middle child that just kind of does okay, and you just pat him on the head and make him try to feel good about himself. That's Atari. They didn't last. Nintendo came along, whipped their ass. Sega came along, whipped their ass. Sony. Atari is the extinct monster. The only way Atari becomes cool again is if we figure out video game Jurassic Park and can somehow reformulate its DNA from some crusty controller that I'm sure is so gobbed up with food that it wouldn't work anyway. So, let's just let Atari go by the wayside and move forward with cheating.
All right.
Dawn.
Well, I think I have to have a soft spot for any system that would feed my ego by letting me win at Pong once in a while. So, yeah, Atari 2600 all the way.
All right, the voting is open. We did get this comment saying, yeah, Drake would do something unfortunate with Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Sean Griffin is saying Star Things absolutely sounds like a shitty knockoff.
That or what my grandmother called my collectibles when I was a kid. What are those star things? Put away your star things.
Dinner's almost ready.
It's time to eat the fish things. Fish sticks.
Are you auditioning for the role of Scotty's grandma?
Paul or me?
Yeah, Paul.
I only said one of those things. He did most of them.
I will cast Paul in that role. He's the new Mrs. Doubtfire.
I think I've discovered a wonderful weight loss plan. Just sweating it all out.
I noticed that you didn't say that Paul was the next Robin Williams, but actually you said he was the next Mrs. Doubtfire. Just to make sure we were clear.
Very clear. And just miss. He's not even the next Mork. He's just.
Wait, you rank Mark above Mrs. Doubtfire?
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Mrs. Doubtfire, in retrospect, is a disturbing film about a man that doesn't understand boundaries.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you seen Robin Williams as Dr. Oliver Sacks in the Laugh Riot Awakenings?
That also creepy.
You know what? Was underappreciated films. I would have to definitely throw out there. What was his dead film?
1 Hour Photo?
No, that was the killer film. But by the way, directed by the wonderful Bobcat Goldthwait.
What?
But
Is that the What Dreams May Come?
Yes.
What Dreams May Come.
Yeah,
That's it.
that was eerie.
To me, the most underrated Robin Williams film, and no one is going to agree with me, but it makes me laugh every time I see it, is Death to Smoochie.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, I've heard of that one.
Was that also Bobcat directing?
I don't know if he directed that or not, but it is just a dark, dark film about children's shows.
And Ed Norton's in it as well.
Ed Norton's in it. Yeah, it's a really messed up movie, but I enjoy the hell out of it.
Sean
Danny
Griffin wants
DeVito was a director.
Okay. Sean Griffin is saying, my parents call everything a Nintendo, despite the fact that my dad owns a PlayStation and uses it. So
classic parents.
Yes, but does he call Kleenex tissues just to kind of confuse everything?
Do they refer to all cereals as Cheerios?
Oh, yeah.
Or cornflakes?
All right,
Time for another bowl of Cheerios. Why did they get a parrot on the box?
In the UK, all vacuum cleaners are called Hoover.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, we're almost losing Scott Carter, but he's sticking around.
All right, so
I'm back now.
He's back now.
All right.
I feel like I'm not doing well tonight because I even missed when he left. So there is a countdown for this. It looks like we are tying up.
All right, so from 5, 4, 3, get your votes in. 2, 1, beep.
And no points awarded.
That is 2 tied rounds in a row, Paul.
Right, which this is going to be the second free-for-all round, which means if there's not decided by this, then it is going to be decided by Erica.
Please don't make me make decisions.
So going first on this free-for-all round, where you get the choice of being positive, being negative, just be entertaining, or a roasted attack upon your opponent, it is Dawn Xanklin.
Okay, well, I have to say that I think both technologies kind of suck because I'm the kind of player that, to be honest, the Atari system, the Game Genie would be lost on me because in the end, it all comes down to random button smashing.
Ongoing? I thought I was waiting for an intro.
Oh,
Scotty Mars. Round.
Dawn would be if Dawn's just a button masher, she's the type of person you hate to play in Street Fighter. But like the thing is with the Game Genie, it leveled the playing field. I'll get literal on you. There's a great short story by Kurt Vonnegut called Harrison Bergeron, where in the future they limit everybody's extraordinary abilities. So if you're really fast, they put weights on you to slow you down. And when we were kids, there were these kids that they had video games, limitations. They couldn't figure out. They were like, Dawn, just want to do it like that. Game Genie came along, leveled the playing field, so every kid could feel good about themselves and sleep at night beating Mike Tyson, because a lot of kids needed help with that. He was tough.
Vote. The vote is open. You're voting for Dawn and her choice of the Atari 2600, or Scotty and his choice, Scotty Mars and his choice of the Game Genie.
Dawn, you said you were a button smasher. Doesn't the Atari 2600 only have one button?
I use all the fingers.
She was playing it like press my luck. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
You're a literal button singular smasher.
Yes, back in the day. Then I used all my fingers. Wasn't a good thing.
There was a comment back here. This one here is Drake would do something. Didn't I don't know what is more troubling, because I've heard both of these stories. Drake wanted to work on a project with Billie Eilish, and that sounded very disturbing. And then, what's her name? Hannah Montana has now Miley Cyrus wants to do something with.
He just wants
Billie
to reach out
Eilish.
to other child stars and help them on their way. There's nothing sinister about it. He was a child star, and he's probably a skeevy guy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just enjoy the fact that we call Drake's attempting to date these women projects.
Yeah.
They were all child stars though, because Drake was
That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
they
a child star that didn't fall off the cliff like some of the child stars. He made it to like the next level. Maybe he wants to just help them.
Maybe he should call Corey Feldman.
Help them.
Maybe he should do it with another successful child star like Justin Timberlake.
Yes, Justin Timberlake with all
we
the
got some
remarks that he made about Britney Spears and is now walking back on.
Oh,
In recent news.
all right. I hadn't heard about that.
Me either. I kind of live in a JT vacuum. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a trash bag.
GT Hoover in the UK.
Do people in the UK do gangs like fight over or try to steal people's Hoover shoes, Hoover boots? No. Timberlake joke. Oh God, I
see where that was going.
Seriously dehydrated.
Yeah, it's. I think the heat is getting to you, Paul.
All right, I'm going down. I'm ending out on the water here. Let's give this a long count.
All right, so get your votes in if you haven't already, because we're counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A beep, and that goes to Scotty. Congratulations, Scotty. After 4 debates,
Well done.
you have won.
You too.
All right.
I think the person who is most happy is Erica, because she didn't have to choose between the two of them.
It would have been a very difficult decision.
I think there are people in Atari's office right now going, somebody likes us.
We hear we're being mentioned on the internet. The internet.
What's the internet?
What's that internet?
All right, y'all. Are we ready to move on to the battle finale while Paul works on his votes and also hopefully hydrates a little bit? All
Yes, we are all set.
We are going to get started on the positive round. And Scott Carter, you are going first. Positive about your choice.
Well, the Virtual Boy paved the way for millions of people around the world to know someone with an Oculus Rift, try it for half an hour, and say, that's cool, I guess. I'll wait for people to really figure this shit out before I buy one. It's revolutionary.
Scotty.
Well, I mean, the Game Genie, the thing about it was, a lot of these other things like, Virtual Boy and all this, it's singular. It only works for that one. Game Genie made them for all. They had Game Boy Game Genies and Nintendo Game Genies. And then, because Canada's so cool, at one point, the U.S. stopped selling them. Canada said, no, we will continue to sell Game Genies. We will continue to let children cheat and feel good about themselves. The youth of Canada cannot feel second best. They must put in codes and get to the final boss. Otherwise, our country is doomed. And that is what happened.
All right, let's see your votes. So get your votes in. Feel free to post your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I gotta work on saying that more often, I think, because on YouTube you are legally required to.
I noticed that you changed what you said from last week. I think you might have been shamed out of it.
Yeah, I tried something and it's just not my personality, you guys. What can I say?
Justin Timberlake would have really liked it.
Justin Timberlake would have really liked to, I don't know, man. Justin Timberlake actually would probably be very cool with things that happened in the past, considering that he is no longer making good music.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I'm sorry, guys. Go listen to Senorita. That is still a great song. Go listen to anything he has made in the last 5 years. No, thank you. Like, I'm pretty sure there's just that one song, and it is literally the worst song I have ever heard.
I think that puts me ahead of my time, because from the first time I've heard him, I said, no, thank you.
Same.
I foresaw the shit.
As Justin would say, cry me a river.
Yeah, did you guys see me very just elegantly pick up the pen that fell out of my hand because I was too angry about Justin Timberlake? Anyways, for those of you who are not up on your other than Justin Timberlake news, the inevitable has happened, and members of NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys are now joining forces to make one super group of middle-aged men who should know better.
Wow.
They've posted rehearsal videos, and they look incredible.
Midlife crisis? Is it the...
Not incredibly stupid. All right. It's the public. Johnny Rotten did this with the Filthy Lucre tour. It's sort of like some of my bandmates, can't afford heroin anymore.
I mean, listen, all they're doing is they're just shedding some of their bandmates that they don't need anymore. All right, you've got AJ, who is the reigning current best Backstreet Boy after having dethroned Brian for reasons that we will not discuss. So honestly, who needs Brian anymore? It's fine. AJ's got Nick. He's got those two guys from NSYNC, that one funny one, and then the other one that I kind of forgot existed. It's going to be great. It's going to be, better than anything you'd hear from Brian.
Let's get the countdown. Let's get the countdown.
So you're saying small signings weren't lucrative for them anymore?
3, 2, 1, beep.
And that is going to Scott Carter. Scott Carter has the first point in the round 3 battle finale. We are now going to move on to the negative round. Scotty Mars gets to be negative about the Virtual Boy.
So earlier in his first battle, Scott mentioned that Virtual Boy, kids rented it from Blockbuster. I worked at Blockbuster at that time. Nobody fucking rented the Virtual Boy. It sat there. We had a demo in the store. Kids didn't even look at that. They put their head in once and went, "What's that red burning my retinas?" It was ridiculous. It was a waste. It took up shelf space. It had one game, tennis against a plumber. How exciting is that?
Well, in your previous battle, my esteemed Scott, you said that you didn't have to remember codes to use the Game Genie, but you needed a fucking book of codes to even change, like, the hair color of your main character. You need to remember, like, the hexadecimal code for, like, Auburn to make a I don't know, let's say a Battletoad Brown. That's all I got. Yours is clearly much better here, and I really vote for you on this one. That was wonderful.
Vote!
I honestly didn't think that every single Blockbuster had a display copy of the Virtual Boy, and that's literally the only time I played it. And I played tennis against a plumber as well. So
The only game. That was it.
yeah, that's not true. There was also Wario's World.
That's
That's about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the votes in. This is not in reference to my other job.
That's 2 porn parodies in one right there.
I mean, Paul, if you ever need a side hustle, I'm sure you can, I don't know, have people beat you at tennis.
Thanks for automatically assuming I'd lose there, Erica.
I've never heard you talk about tennis. So, like...
I live next to a tennis court.
Oh, well, excuse me, Norman Rockefeller.
I've never been on it, but I live next to it.
We also live next to the moon. I've never been there either. So
okay, we don't
Scotland's next to a laundrette. Like,
this is something that's by the way, if you get the time on YouTube, there's this guy that is in India, and he shows videos of like American culture to remote villagers in India.
Oh gosh, why?
Wow.
They're so much better off without it.
Yes, but no, one of the ones that he has done is actually explaining the size of the universe to these remote villagers. So some of it is scientific theory and whatnot. So he asked them, how big do you think the world is? Oh, well, the world's too big to measure, kind of thing. And then he shows them the measurements, and then the measurements to the moon, and from there to Mars and to Sun. And it's quite interesting seeing these people's minds get blown a little bit out of hearing about distances that are just way too large. All right, I think it is. We should be close to the time. Anyone? We get new viewers coming in right now. All right, it is Slido.com. Go to hashtag. The event code is BC210 if you want to vote. As in the what is it? The Greatest Revolution. I'm Erica. What is the topic?
The greatest achievement, evolution in video games. That's why you got me. I was like, Greatest Revolution. Is this a history show? Greatest evolution in technology for video games. So,
the greatest revolution of video games would have been when they switched away from cartridges onto CDs.
Which Nintendo said they didn't want to do, hence the birth of Sony and PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. Mm. But I get your pun there, Darren. That was very clever.
Thank you, Darren. We appreciate
it. Revolution.
Because it spins around.
I get it now. I was slow on that one.
Oh, actually, yeah, Sean Griffin, our resident ex-NASA scientist, is saying, space is big, incredibly big. You might think it's a long walk down the street to the chemist, but that's just peanuts to space.
Why would we believe him, though?
Peanuts.
He's ex-NASA, not real NASA.
All right, I know that we've thrown a lot of shade to Justin Timberlake, deservedly so, but I have to say he was in a well-written film that the director botched. In Time, he did a very good acting job in that. And then there's this one scene that just totally ruins the film for me.
Did his lawyer call? Is that why
Paul's just trying to get back into Justin Timberlake's good graces. Like, I saw him looking down at his side. He probably got an angry text from Jessica Biel.
I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard someone defend In Time. So, yeah.
Well, do you guys know which scene I'm talking about for In Time? I thought it was an interesting idea for a sci-fi film.
It was an idea for sure.
But go ahead, Erica.
I was just going to say, we'll take your word for it, Paul.
Oh, okay.
Take your word for it.
All right.
I've been home for a year and a half, and I still haven't thought to myself, hey, you know what I should watch? The forgotten sci-fi movie In Time. So, to be honest, I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to it.
You'll get to it in time.
Oh.
Sean Griffin is saying, thanks, Scott, for exposing my crippling insecurities. Leslie saying, "Oh my God, that movie was 95% time puns." So, well, immortal people have a lot of time to think them up. I think we should give this a short count, Erica.
All right, let's count it down from 3, 2, 1. A beep, and that one goes to Scotty Mars, which means that we are currently tied.
And we are moving on to a free-for-all round.
Free-for-all
Scott
round.
Carter.
So the Virtual Boy was a VR headset that for some reason didn't strap to your head, but instead sat on a weird tripod on a table that you had to lean into like you were taking an eye exam. Yet it was somehow less fun than taking an eye exam and more uncomfortable than the time my optometrist asked if my mom was single.
Awesome.
I feel like Scott just made my case for me. We're talking evolution of gaming. VR gaming still blows. We're talking Nintendo's lowest selling console of all time in the Virtual Boy. That means GameCube sold more than this. Who the hell has a GameCube? And it's supposed to have stereo speakers in your hair? The Tim Hortons drive-thru has better sound than a Virtual Boy. It's ridiculous. At least the Tim Hortons drive-thru gets my orders right 30% of the time. Virtual Boy never got it right. It is terrible. Plus, all you could see was red, so you just came away angry.
Vote. Let's see your votes.
I'll have you know that Virtual Boy also only sold something like 1/16 of a Wii U, which no one's ever heard of.
I never understood why it was Wii for that and then not Y, like Wi-Fi. I think Nintendo just makes up the language as they go along.
If you actually look in the dictionary of the way to pronounce the letter E, it is II. So, yeah,
I'm
that's
not that learned.
yeah, you need to know that.
I read comic books.
All right, Sean Griffin is saying he can't wait until VR gaming actually blows. Hi-oh. Emily, what's your thoughts on that?
I think they're working on that. There's a documentary about it, I believe.
Yeah, Scott's trying to raise money through his Virtual Boy pitch that he's trying to get us to all look up right after this.
Yeah, red is also inspires passion
That's true.
and hunger. So it's not just anger.
I mean, unless you're me, in which case the two of those are interchangeable. If I do not have food, I will cut a bitch.
There is there was some U.S. prison program where they had a chill room that they painted pink, including the bars that they would put the violent any violent or heavily stressed prisoner in. Generally, probably the white ones, but
Did it work?
they did. They would calm down a lot quicker. So the color pink, I guess that's the same science behind Pepto-Bismol.
They actually just should have given those prisoners Virtual Boys and let them play tennis with a plumber.
I think it's by the way you've sold it, it sounds like a much worse punishment than anything that they're currently doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've read up on anything about the U.S. prison system right now.
I don't see it going well for a guy coming back from the pink room.
All right, Sean Griffin is asking, does Scott have a Virtual Boy OnlyFans?
I sure do, yeah.
Is this, Emily is saying, is this a his and hers VR set?
All right.
There we go. I think we're ready for the count.
All right. Well, Emily already won. But anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A beep. Congratulations to Scott Carter for winning all the marbles in this battle.
There we are. Scott has won. And do we have a favorite for the mashup?
We did not get that many responses this round, so I don't know if I have a favorite.
Yeah, Star Things.
Yeah, I think we all decided to vote Yeah, it's Star Things or Vintage
Stranger
Science
Wars.
Bonus
Yeah.
Vintage
that one.
Science Fiction Boners, the movie. Try saying that 3 times fast.
I don't think I can do anything 3 times fast right now.
I've never done anything 3 times fast in my life.
There's a refractory
Spoken
period.
like 2 old men.
Can I actually? I want to point out. I've known Scotty Mars for a very long time. And
Yes.
Scotty, when I met Scotty, he was twice the man he is now. But
yeah.
just physically. So Scotty has a.
And then I had a reduction because it was hurting my back.
Breast reduction?
No, lower back issues.
You got sciatica? Nice.
Yeah.
Me too. Sick.
Yeah.
Scott thing.
Darren just wants to jump in on that one. All right. I also some big news. There's Tina Spirals. We want to thank her very much for being our T-shirt model on our page. Tina has just announced her pregnancy. Her and her partner are expecting.
Nice.
Congratulations
to
Congratulations.
Tina. You can follow her on Twitter and get more information about that. She also does Art by Spirals is also one of her channels as well. We want to remind everybody of the BattleCOM store, which can also be found from the link tree that was listed earlier. And so, yeah, we went. So it was Vintage Boners. What was it?
Vintage Science Fiction Boners, the movie. Let me pull that up again, right here.
So, Leslie, you have won that, and we also want to thank the motion art of Evan C. Abrams creating that for us. And please, let's bring up the socials for our fantastic acts. We've got Dawn Xanklin Comedy on Instagram, Scotty Mars.
The Scotty Mars Show on Instagram.
And Scott Andrew Carter with /McDeadly on Twitter. And also on Twitter, it's Darren Henwood.
At Darren Henwood. Oh, I'm sorry. That one doesn't say on. There's just a little dash. I missed that.
It's all right. I'm not on Twitter mostly.
And why did you give us your Twitter handle, Darren?
Because I'm not very good at social media. I'm sorry. Follow me in the street. Follow me to the shops.
We got a woo from Leslie, which is weird. I didn't hear it through Scott's microphone. It was a very quiet woo.
What was all that? I was gone again. My internet sucks.
That's okay. We forgive you because you won most of this show.
Oh, sorry. We got a series of woos. Those are all different clicks.
Leslie just proving that she can do something 3 times quickly.
No refractory period there.
Yeah, and she's also proving that she's able to shut down Scott's internet just by posting woo. I followed Darren from show to show, and now we're friends.
True story.
And no, I have Scott's internet. Yeah, okay. She took it over. So we just discovered who the modern colonizer is.
Oh.
Lois Lane could learn from her.
All right. And on that note, I was going to say goodnight, everybody, but I'm sure Paul has more nice things he wants to say.
I'm actually worried about possible death, so I'm going to. I am like.
All right. In that
I
case,
need a mop for my tabletop at this point.
In that case, we can wrap up the show. Don't forget to follow our channel on YouTube if you're not already doing it. Check us out on all socials. You can search us on basically whatever social network you're on. You can search Paul Ash Comedy to follow Paul on Facebook and Instagram, I believe. Am I forgetting any medias? Anyways, all the information is in the link tree. If you visit the link tree page,
yeah,
you will get
and
all of
it's Erica_MTL to follow Erica on Instagram.
You should. The other day I posted a video of myself crying a single tear.
Denny Leger is giving us a good show. We've got Leslie is giving us a scooter. We're not doing an after show unless you guys want to go to the after show while I go jump into a bathtub of ice. I don't know if that'd be helpful.
Not your bathtub.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just let Paul get into that bathtub of ice like an NFL player and or a person who just had an organ harvested.
The visual we all want to end on. Paul in a bathtub.
And you're welcome.
With all that action, just shrinkage.
Well, shrinkage prevents that wonderful reduction surgery that Scotty Mars got and Scott did. So there it is. I've been Paul Ash. With me has been the fantastic Erica Taddeo. Oh,
That's
boy,
the
this is
remix.
bad.
She's Erica Taddeo every day, not just today.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Scotty Mars is giving me the old record scratch. We are going to be back next month. Even though live shows are opening up, we're going to keep the virtual show happening. So please tell your friends. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy your month. I've been Paul Ash, and you've been beautiful. Mwah.
Good night, everyone.